Alright, what's going on everybody? Captain here, back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Avengers Endgame is just around the corner. It comes out on Thursday. I'm currently recording this on Tuesday, so I am freaking out. I'm in full Avengers mode. I can't even focus on anything else other than, I guess, a little bit of Game of Thrones. But the episode coming up is going to be massive. That's a different story though. But today I'm talking to you guys about Carol Danvers, Miss Captain Marvel, the namesake for the Avengers, which was revealed in the Captain Marvel movie, which where Nick Fury got the inspiration for the name. So I figured it's kind of fitting to finally break down this character. I pulled her as a 5-star quite a while ago, so I've had extensive time to test her out, practice her in multiple different ways. This is probably going to be a 2-part video. The first part is going to be her just like basic abilities and her best way to use her. In the next one, I'm going to break her down while using suicides. So I'm really excited to put that one together. I think you guys are going to see some pretty fun stuff with her with suicide masteries. But before I break her down and get into it, I just want to point out mine is only at rank 3, level 45, and Sig level 11. I just have so many cosmic characters. I didn't have many cosmic stones when I got her, so I kind of had to share the wealth around. I think I even used a couple of generics on her just to get her to 11. The way that I'm doing this video is going to be a little bit different than previous breakdowns. I know I haven't done many in general, but I figured I'm more of a hands-on kind of guy, I have to do it physically, play with a character in order to figure them out. So rather than me just sitting here and reading through her stuff to you while you just watch me scroll, I'm going to actually show you the gameplay while I do it, and kind of do it in hopefully a way that's interesting and easier to grasp rather than just reading it and taking it for my word. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. First things first, Captain Marvel is poison immune, which gives her some nice utility. She also has a chance on every single light or medium attack, a 15% chance to inflict an armor break. Now it is only 50%, so it's not much, but that increases to 100% while performing an intercept, whether that is a medium intercept, a light intercept, whatever kind of intercept you like, and it also includes even intercepting with a special attack, as you can see right here, against this Captain America. Up next, she also has a chance to stun while using a heavy while the opponent is performing a heavy as well. This can be while they're charging it or while they're in the middle of performing it. Now this also eliminates any armor breaks, all of them, no matter how many, that are active on the opponent. When I first read this, the first thing I thought of was that pesky node on lane 7 in Alliance War, the aggression armor that a lot of times you see this guy Iron Man on here. This seems like a great counter for that node because most of the time you have to play the heavy intercept method on that node anyways, so this will remove all of those armor ups and make it for an easy fight against Iron Man Infinity War so that you don't have to deal with his auto block. One thing you do have to keep in mind with this ability, they do need to have a pretty lengthy heavy attack. The ones I found that have a short, quick heavy are a lot harder to perform this stun / get rid of the armor breaks on, so the ones that have the longer ones like this Iron Man Infinity War works best on them. So one of Captain Marvel's biggest things is her energy charges. She gains these multiple ways, one of which by just blocking any regular attacks. You can see right here against this Falcon, I hold block from the special one, and for every single hit you can see it goes up. I gain 8 total charges just from that. You also get 2 for every parry you land. You'll see in this fight I kind of do a quick medium, medium, or medium, light, medium, and then try to get a quick parry back in after, because a lot of times the AI is more aggressive in that sense, so that's a quick way to get some charges up early on. Also by throwing a special one, you'll see that just gave me 3 charges right there. So every time you use a special one, boom, that'll give you 3. The final way to gain charges is by using your special 3. This will give you 10 charges while you're not in binary mode. You'll see I started this special 3 animation with 11. I believe I was at 11. So once I come out of this, by the way, her special 3 looks phenomenal. Now I pop up with 21. And one thing to note about using the special 1 and the special 3 to gain the charges, you can end a fight using them and still gain the charges. So if you use your special 1 and it kills the character, you still gain those 3 charges you would have gained, as well as the same thing goes for the special 3. If you're at 15 charges, you use a special 3, you finish the fight, you will end the fight with 25 charges. And the reason you want to end the fight with more charges is because the next fight you start with the amount of charges you ended the previous fight with. So you can see in this one right here, I start this fight with 25 and instantly am in the binary state. So what's the purpose for all of these charges? Well, once you get past 10, you can enter her binary ignition. This is when she goes full Super Saiyan. She becomes a massive burst damage character. Before I get into exactly what it is, there are 3 specific ways that she enters binary mode. First of which is you're seeing right here. You dash back, hold block for 1.5 seconds, I think, or something like that, and you go into binary ignition. The second method, and one that I definitely recommend you try to shy away from, is by getting knocked down either by a heavy attack or when you get hit by a special attack, whether it's a special 1, a special 2, or a special 3. All of those methods will activate your binary ignition instantly once you get knocked down. The third and final way to go binary is by simply building your charges up to 25, whether that's by parries or blocking or just spamming the special 1 and special 3. Once you hit 25 charges, you'll instantly enter the binary ignition mode. So let's go ahead and start breaking down what you get while you're in the binary ignition game mode. So right here, you'll see if I pause the video, instantly, once you hit your binary, you will see a couple things pop up. Starting on the far right is your Fury buffs. Now this Fury number stacks based on the amount of charges you had saved up. It's 1 Fury for every 5 stacks. So if you had 10, you'll get 2 Fury. If you have 15, you have 3, 20, you have 4, and then 25, you will have 5. And this is why I say save your charges up for 25. Wait till then. That is the best time to go binary because you'll get the most damage output of it. Next to it, you have an indestructible buff. This is based off of her awakened ability. It lasts for 8 seconds at my current SIG level, and that increases based on your SIG level, and has a cooldown timer, which the cooldown also is based off of your SIG level of when you can reactivate again. Basically, you take no damage, including bleed, poisons, anything. You don't take any damage while this indestructible buff is active. The third buff next to indestructible is your unstoppable. Now this only comes from the synergy with Rogue and lasts for 4 seconds. There is no cooldown timer on this. I just happen to have had that synergy going, so I figured I would showcase that. Another thing worth mentioning is when she enters binary state, she shrugs off any debuff that's currently active. You can see this short clip of her with bleed on her. I was running suicides. Instantly once I go into binary, that bleed disappears. So those of you who like to run suicide masteries, she's not a terrible option, being she's already poison immune, and if you start your fight with 25 charges, you can get rid of that bleed almost instantly. So continuing on with the video, now that I have activated binary mode, you'll notice that my charges are counting down. I just used a heavy and refreshed it. Every time you use a heavy, you're going to gain 3 charges back. But once that number gets down to 0, you will exit binary mode. But until you exit it, you still have those 5 Furies the entire time. And there are ways that you can lose those charges while you're in binary mode. The first of which is by using your special 1. You'll see I went from 23 to 21 the second I pressed my special 1. It does become unblockable though while you are binary, which can come in handy. And the same can be said about the special 2. It also is unblockable at the expense of 4 charges. But look at how hard this thing hits. Yeah, let's watch that one more time. This fight just starts, I instantly go binary. I started with 25, I throw my special 2, and dead. Let's look at that fight one more time and explain exactly what is going on. So you can see I go binary. While in binary, she increases her chance of landing an armor break on the opponent from 15% to 60%. And while she is in binary mode, she deals an additional 30% of damage dealt as a burst of energy damage when striking the opponent with an armor break debuff, and that is based on how many armor breaks there are. So the more armor breaks, the more damage you're dealing, the more energy damage you're going to be dealing. So that's why you can see there's multiple, there's the regular hit damage, there's the damage in red as well. That is the energy damage that is being dealt alongside it. This energy damage can really add up if you play your cards right on the special 3. If you get a couple armor breaks on there, use her special 3 with 5 Furies active, you're going to see here that it is a pretty crazy output. Now this was only with 1 armor break active on Thor at the time. You'll see pops up 13,000 and then 3,000 of that, another 3,000 energy damage. So guys, that is insane. Just think about adding that up if she is a rank 5, and if I had more armor breaks, that can be a lot of damage. So I think that just about covers all of her main abilities other than synergies. I'm not really going to get into those today. I don't really have her best one, which is with Nick Fury. So the question now becomes, what is the best method of playing Captain Marvel? Now I personally like to play, I want to build up, obviously in the first fight I want to get as many charges as I can. Ideally I want to end the first fight with 25 so that I can go into the next fight in a quest starting at 25 and instantly being in binary mode. And then to preserve that, I like to play a little game, I like the parry and then use a heavy, use a parry, use a heavy, use a parry, use a heavy. It's kind of boring, but you keep those charges up as high as you can. Obviously you have to bait out some shields here and there, but it works out the best in my opinion. And then you build up, you eventually just use the special 3, and I like to use the special 3 to end a fight because you use it instantly and you can keep your charges up at a higher number rather than trying to finish off with regular fights and the number is counting down. So you end the fight with more charges, and you know, they still go pretty fairly quick. Other methods of using her is spamming that special 2, and then you do have a guaranteed stun at the end of that. I think I forgot to mention that earlier because I mean she just one-shot that X-23 in the fight. So there is this SB2, you can spam that, get the stun, and then get a couple heavies off of that and get the charges back that you spent, but it's still, over the time of using it, you're still wasting more charges because the timer's counting down. But it kind of just comes up to personal preference. I mean, you can still use them, you get them back pretty quickly starting the next fight. There's lots of ways to play her. Overall, I think she is just such a fun character and was worth making this long, hopefully not too long, breakdown for you guys. So that's gonna do it, guys, for this Captain Marvel breakdown. This ended up taking a little bit longer than I expected, so guys, I hope you enjoyed it though. I had a lot of fun putting it together. But yeah, overall, I absolutely love this character. I want to take her to rank 5. I just don't have the resources yet to do it, but I can't wait to see the kind of damage she's going to be doing at rank 5. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know down below. Remember, I did say this is going to be a 2-part video. I have a suicide video one that I'm going to start working on now. Got some fun clips of her with that, with running suicides, talking about kind of the methods I was using to play her there. If you enjoyed the video, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, share it around with some of your Alliance members, see if someone else might be interested in the video. But guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you have any questions, if you love this breakdown, if you want me to do more like this, let me know what character you'd like me to do it for down below in the comment section. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.